gentlemen, this is Aditi Ghosh and once again welcome to your favorite numerology channel, Inner World Revealed. In today's log, we're going to talk about some irregular number sequences that you could be repeatedly seeing around yourself. In some of my previous log, I have been discussing about the repeating number sequences, something like 333, 444, 1212, 1414, etc. And they have been very popular logs made by me, probably because people have been experiencing synchronicity in their lives and have been seeing these numbers very frequently around themselves at some uncanny times. Personally, if you ask me, I would say that yes, I too sometimes happen to see these sequences around myself, and the more glaring ones to me are the ones that have the repeating numbers, because they really catch your attention due to the intensity of the number that is repeating, and they seem to be delivering a very clear and straightforward and intensified message to you in comparison to the numbers that are irregular in their sequences. So let me know, what do you feel about the repeating number sequences or the irregular number sequences that occur in your life? Let me know and share your experience with me. It would be very interesting for me to find out what your experience of these number sequences is. Today in this log, we're not going to look into the repeating number sequences once again, because we've already talked about it in some of my previous log. Today we're going to talk about the irregular, less common number sequences, which probably are not as glaring as the repeating number sequences, but could be appearing repeatedly in your life, and you could be interested in knowing what they want to say to you. These number sequences once again could be very person specific. For instance, you could be seeing number sequences like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or perhaps 7, 8, 9. And these are the number sequences that have numbers which are consecutive and they're going upwards. So this can mean that you have to take initiative in a manner which is going ahead step by step. Now, if you ask me what should be the direction of your initiative, I would say that you have to look at all the numbers in the sequence. You have to pay special attention to the first number in the sequence and the last number in the sequence. In 1, 2, 3, 4, the first number is 1 and the last number is 4. So 1 being the first number can be called the cornerstone of the sequence, and 4 is the capstone. So 1 as a cornerstone stands for taking initiative, being decisive, being enthusiastic, and being the pioneer, being original and out of the box. And the capstone 4 is about being dependable, rooted, systematic, and grounded. And in between the cornerstone and the capstone, all the numbers appear consecutively. So what you have to do is, first you have to pay attention to the thought that is appearing in your mind while you are seeing this particular sequence. Then you have to take an initiative action. And after you initiate, you have to go ahead step by step. You have to go up step by step. And finally, reach a place where your idea is being materialized. It has been expressed in practical reality. That is 4. The complete code again reduces to 1, which again says that you have to act upon the idea that is appearing in your mind when you're seeing this particular sequence. In contrary to this sequence, if you see some different sequence, say suppose you see 6, 3, 1, this also has numbers which are going downwards in contrary to the previous case. And this sequence 6, 3, 1 begins with the cornerstone, which is 6, and has the capstone 1. So you have to begin with 6. When you are seeing this particular sequence, you have to concentrate on the idea that is playing in your mind right at that moment, and then you have to understand the message of 6. It is about striking a balance, being diplomatic and being righteous. And then you skip 3 steps and go to 3. So what that means is you don't need to be very detail oriented. You can be cheerful, optimistic, creative, and reach a position where you can be lively and playful. And then finally you again skip 2 steps and reach 1, which then again is the time of decision making. This complete code 631 again reduces to 1, but unlike the previous one, which was 1, 2, 3, 4, this is a bit different kind of a one. Here also you're taking initiative action, but you're acting in a very different way. Your tone is more cheerful, diplomatic, and playful as compared to the previous one, which was much more detail oriented. Unlike the previous pattern, which was the ascending pattern, this one is a descending pattern. So out here, unlike the previous one, where you had to be very serious and go ahead without skipping any step, and you had to step up your force of action every time, but in this pattern you can be more cheerful, playful, smell the roses, and also be more sensitive and diplomatic. It may happen that you did not see this pattern repeatedly. You probably just saw it once or twice or something like that. In that case, if you did not repeatedly see this pattern, in that case you may also allow the thought to dissolve, because this is not a very encouraging sequence, I would say. It does not encourage you to take strong action upon your thought right now. 1, 2, 3, 4 is much more of an encouraging sequence. The pattern of numbers can have many layers to it. It can be an ascending sequence, it can be a descending sequence, or perhaps it can be a mix of both ascending and descending sequence. Now say for instance you're seeing the sequence 9, 6, 5, 7, 8. Out here you first have to consider the cornerstone, which is 9, the capstone, which is 8, and all the numbers in the middle. Now what you can see is the sequence is first going downwards and then it is going upwards. Now what this can mean is, first you have to reassess all the facts around you. You have to re-evaluate the entire situation. You have to look into details. And then once you have gathered everything, you can go ahead step by step more forcefully. The sequence that you are seeing right now definitely is an answer to some question that you've asked to the universe. It is a solution to the puzzle that you're looking at. However, I would not disagree that some of the sequences which are uncommon but can be very strong sequences, they have very strong meanings, like 1, 2, 3, 4, or perhaps 9, 1, 1, 3, 6, 9, or 2, 4, 8. For example, this 3, 6, 9 sequence is basically a creativity triad. 3, 6, and 9 all are highly creative numbers, and this sequence is urging you to be very creative, to be very observant about all the circumstances or all the situations that appear in front of you and draw inspiration from it. For instance, if you see 2, 4, 8, that is the practicality triad. So in that case, you're being urged to be practical, to be more goal-oriented and more business-minded, and to be more down-to-earth, so that you're able to deal in a very systematic and practical way with the problems that appear in your life during that time. Remember that the universe is always communicating with you in some way or the other. When the universe has a clear yes or no to offer, you're going to see very clear number sequences, like 333, 444, 555. These sequences are going to come up repeatedly. But when the universe is going to give you mixed reactions, like mixed number sequences which reappear, the action that you have to take is also going to be a mix of many things. So it may also happen that the universe right now is telling you that probably this thought that you are having right now, or this event which is created, or simulation which is created for you, perhaps is not something very important with respect to your evolution. Nevertheless, the universe surely is communicating, and everything that you come across is a message from the universe. Again, if there is a sequence which coincides with your birth numbers, I always say that if some particular code coincides with your birth number, say it coincides with your birthday number, your life path, and your destiny number, in that case, again, it's a very important sequence for you to pay attention to. Other than this, rest of the sequences which just appear once or twice, you can just plainly ignore them. Not that they are not answer to your question, they definitely are, but you can ignore them and live your life with a free mind, because you're not going to be able to concentrate on the things that you do if you keep on looking at the sequences and keep on deciphering the meanings all the time. That is not the way you lead your life. Definitely pay attention to the sequences that appear to you more persistently. For example, if you keep on seeing 333, which is a very clear message, and it keeps on appearing more persistently, or some other sequence which you repeatedly see, then pay attention to that. But do not keep on looking at these sequences all the time, because that's going to drive you mad completely. If something is really important for you, the universe is going to deliver it to you in a very clear manner. Remember that. So after all this discussion, what do you feel about the number sequences that are appearing in your life right now? What are the number sequences that are appearing in your life right now? Let me know in the comment section. It's going to be an interesting read. If you feel intrigued by Pythagorean numerology, remember to read my books All is One and Cycle of Nine. They have the permanent and temporary meanings of all the single digit and the double digit numbers. If you have liked watching this vlog, you may also like some other related content. Find them by clicking the I button. Finally, don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe and encourage me. And also hit the bell icon so that you receive an update every time I upload a new vlog. That'll be all for today. Have a very nice day. Bye bye.